Hello, my name's Rob Newman, Tax Director of CCM. Welcome to the July 2020 5-minute tax update. The continuing news is the ongoing support provided by HMG for business as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Specifically, the start of Flexible Furlough, or as we are calling it in the office, FFS. The scheme is a gradual reduction and bringing to an end of the furlough scheme. It allows an initial significant change, which is employees no longer have to be furloughed for a minimum of 3 weeks. You can bring them in and have them work any shift pattern that suits the business. What this means is a 5-day-a-week employee could actually be working for you for one morning. Those hours worked must be paid in full by the employer. Those hours not worked can be covered by the Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme. The actual scheme itself starts tapering off. July doesn't. It's the same as previously. August, you must pay any pension contributions and the employer's national insurance. September, it's at 70%, although you must still pay 80%. October is at 60%, and you must still pay the 80%. The other thing to remember is that the employees on the new FFS must have been furloughed in full under the old scheme for a minimum of 21 days. You also need to remember that you can have no more employees on FFS at any time than you had on full furlough under the old scheme. So if you had 8 employees and you split them in 2 and rotated them under the original scheme so that you had 4 in the office at any one time, the maximum number you can now have on flexible furlough is 4. If you are a client of Carter Collins and Meyer and we undertake your payroll, we will calculate the normal hours, and if you provide us with the worked hours, we will produce the significantly complicated calculations that can actually arise. Because they are significantly complicated, from the 1st of July, we are introducing a small administration charge for reclaiming flexible furlough. We haven't charged anything for the last 4 months, 4.5 months, in actually claiming the original scheme. The charges have been sent out and are just covering costs. The scheme, as before, can be claimed 14 days in advance of payments to ensure that it is almost self-funding. But claims can now only be made once in a calendar month. The correcting procedure for overclaimed errors in earlier furlough periods is now available. And we can and will ask you to confirm previous periods so that if you have overclaimed, we will be able to ensure that a repayment is made. If you've underclaimed, this must be dealt with one by one in amending with the returns to HMRC. But again, please do let payroll@uk-ccm.com know of the mistakes in previous periods, and we can correct it. The next thing to remember is those of you who are self-employed and qualified for the self-employment income support grant, which we sent out in bright green or bright yellow envelopes, are able to claim a second grant if your business continues to be affected by coronavirus after July 2020. The grant available is at 70% of the average earnings, which means that it is 85% of the original payment you received. The repayment process itself is exactly the same as it was last time. HMRC have done the calculations for you. You can check it by simply taking 85% of what you received the first time. Because of this, we're not sending out any reminders on this occasion. We won't be doing any further calculations as we don't see there's anything particularly useful in doing so. Something else to watch out for is that the original grant for the self-employed actually closes. The original scheme closes on the 13th of July 2020. That means you've got 10 days left if you haven't claimed the original grant. So the other thing which HMRC is now starting to support is if you are in a limited company and anticipate that you are going to make a loss as a result of coronavirus, you will be able to claim these losses earlier. What we would have had to have happened is we would have had to wait a whole accounting period, plus then produce your accounts, plus then produce your tax return. It could have been 18 months before you actually saw anything. It could even be longer depending on when your accounting year ended. This way round, we will be able to get the relief as soon as possible for you. If you think you are going to make a loss over this period, please do contact myself, Andy, Mandy, Jamie, Mo. Usual contacts, email is always best. If you've lost our email and you're not sure ever how to get to it, please go to our website, uk-ccm.com, look for the team page. All the main team are on there with links live to their diary. You can always book phone calls, you can always book Zoom appointments by accessing the website at any time. We try and make ourselves as available as we can, but we do have to have structure to it. Please do remember that if you do think that you are going to make a loss in this period, crystallizing it as early as possible, making it real means we can carry it back to earlier periods by 1 year. So if you paid tax last year and have lost money this year, we probably can get that tax back for you. That could be significant. In the same vein, please do consider R&D tax credits. I have been sending out information postcards regarding these. It is a significant tax break. If I tell you I got 47,950 quid back for people this week in actual cash using R&D tax credits, it's not to be sniffed at, particularly at this time when cash is short. Contact myself or Jamie for information about R&D tax credits. We're happy to have a conversation. And finally, tax diary for this month. Remember, 1st of the 7th, corporation tax is payable for the year ended 30th of September 2019. If you've got any problems paying it, let us know. We can arrange a time to pay for you. The 5th of the 7th is the last day for making any PAYE settlements. The 6th of the 7th is the last day for filing P11Ds. Jamie has been frantically running around today, making sure everybody has submitted information. If you haven't approved your P11Ds, please do so as soon as you possibly can. 19th of the 7th is payment days for PAYE and NIC and CIS. You will have been told of those for last month by our payroll team. If you need further reminders, do let us know. 31st of the 7th, 31st of July is usually the date for payment on account of your personal tax. However, due to coronavirus, the government has deferred all personal tax payments that were due on the 31st of July until the 31st of Jan 2021. Again, this could be significant cash advantages. It's not a doing away of the tax bill, it's only a deferral. Some people I know are actually still going to choose to pay it. I'll be honest with you, not. I'm going to sit on my money. I would sooner have it in my bank account. I will make payment in January. Finally, the 1st of August, we go right the way through to there, is the payment date and filing deadline for corporation tax for the year ended 31st October 19. And that's it. That's 5 Minutes Tax News. I'm Rob Newman from CCM. If you like this video, please press like underneath. If this video has been useful and you know other people, please share it. The more people who see it, the better as far as I'm concerned. See you next time.